But to get respect, you have to give it.
That's bullshit.
What?
Why should I give my respect to you? Because you're a teacher? I don't know you. How do I know you're not a liar standing up there? How do I know you're not a bad person standing up there? I'm not just gonna give you my respect because you're called a teacher.
Lady, stop acting like you're trying to understand our situation and just do your little baby sitting up there.
That's all you think this is?
It ain't nothing else.
No matter where you end up teaching, these statistics prove that you are going to deal with students who have behavioral issues. And among those behavioral issues, the top 4 are the following: disrespect, apathy, inappropriate language, and aggression. Tips for dealing with students. Have a reward system like clips, a calendar, or card.
You can move it up and down this color system chart. Okay. And then they're given like field trip rewards or ice cream rewards.
One thing I do in my classroom is that inside their take-home folder every day, they have a calendar, and if they've had a good day, they get a sticker for the day.
Practice your classroom policies at the beginning of the year.
And we spend several days practicing the procedures at the beginning of the year in our classroom.
Make students take ownership of their behavior.
I have kids themselves move the clip up and down, because then I think that's a little bit more powerful than if the teacher's the one moving it up and down.
I do both.
In that moment, they're taking ownership of that, whatever the consequence or behavior.
Don't ever lose your cool in front of the student.
You have to remember, you cannot lose your cool. Don't yell at them, like, don't belittle them, don't yell at them, don't disrespect them. You gotta stay on the respect level, and that sometimes can be difficult to do when they're pushing.
Have a buddy teacher, because sometimes both you and the student need a break from each other.
Peers, and so you have a buddy teacher, someone nearby where you can send that child to. You send work with them, and you just, let them time apart, both get to calm down, think about it, and then, you'll go back and get them when you're ready for them to come back, or the child can come back when they're done with their work, or however you set it up. But then know, too, that your teachers around you will send students to you sometimes that need a break from them as well.
Tips for dealing with parents. Set the tone right from the start.
I send home, within the first couple days, basically a packet of, this is how our classroom's going to work, these are the guidelines and the discipline procedures. And I try to set it more in a positive tone rather than a negative, to try and enforce and encourage the positive behaviors. So that way the parents and students know from day one of the year to set the tone right away and to stick with it. Because if you back down, then it's hard to get back up.
And they take total advantage of it.
And if you don't start right off that way,
It's also hard. It's hard to get up there.
it's probably impossible.
Use a daily calendar as a quick reference for parents.
It's a way to communicate quickly back and forth with parents without doing an email or a phone call, and until it builds up. And a lot of times I'll get phone calls from parents that say, hey, I noticed they missed their sticker this many times during this span. Can we get together? I want to talk to you about this. And that happened no matter what school I've been teaching at.
Remind the guardians that it's always about their child's success.
So I will call home and, just in order for your child to be successful, this is what he needs to be doing or she needs to be doing.
Always have documentation of behavior to show the parents.
I think the biggest thing with those kind of kids is that you have to document everything.
Yes.
I mean, even if it's an email, I'll send an email to my assistant principal saying, just documenting this happened, just so there's a written record.
At the beginning of the year, I'm very, very strict about their initialing each day. And I know they probably think that's petty, but the reason being is because then I can go back and say, no, you knew this was occurring because you initialed this day right here.
What if the parents blame you, the teacher, for the student's behavior?
This happened.
It's very frustrating when it happens.
Yeah. I had this happen, and it went to the level that we ended up having a meeting. The principal that was I think even our guidance counselor. And
What if the parents don't speak English?
Like parent letter, is there, like, do they translate it for you to send home to these families? Or?
There's a translator at the district level, so anything that we need translated, they'll do that for us. I have some Burmese boys that make really, really bad choices, and their culture, it seems like they're very physical with their children. So I always go through my translator first, and she's really good with talking to the parents.
What if the parents blame another child?
Well, we're not here to talk about the other student. We're here to talk about your child. And this is what's happened with your child. I mean, you know, things that happen outside of school or at recess or whatever that could be influenced by a different child. But right now I'm talking about your child's behavior.
That's all, folks.